The 7 acts of love your cat hopes from you throughout their entire life. Cats might forget the tiny moments of everyday life, but some experiences carve themselves so deeply into their hearts that they stay forever. Studies suggest that cats hold a form of episodic memory, especially when something triggers strong emotion. These are the small gestures that leave lasting imprints on your cat's soul, shaping how they remember you long after their whiskers turn white. Make sure to subscribe channel so you never miss out on these incredible insights. So, let's jump right in. Number 1. The face touch they're secretly begging for. You're petting your cat wrong, and they've been trying to tell you for years. Most people go straight for the head or behind the ears, but there's a hidden spot that releases 10 times more bonding chemicals than normal petting, and only 1 in 20 cat owners ever find it. It's called the temporal gland, that warm, soft area between the eye and ear where the cheek curves into the temple. When a mother cat grooms her kittens, she focuses precisely on this spot. It floods their brain with oxytocin, the same hormone that bonds human mothers to newborns. Oregon State University researchers discovered something shocking. Cats petted frequently in this region show 40% lower stress hormones, not just during petting, but permanently. Their baseline anxiety drops for life. This spot contains scent glands that release bonding pheromones when touched gently. Use slow, circular motions with your fingertip, like you're tracing a tiny halo. These pheromones create what scientists call a social odor memory. Your scent becomes hardwired into their emotional security system through a process called memory consolidation. You're not just petting your cat. You're programming their nervous system to associate your touch with safety. This memory doesn't fade with age. It strengthens. Number 2. The daily conversation they're starving for. Japanese neuroscientists using brain imaging uncovered something disturbing. Cats who are spoken to regularly develop a thicker auditory cortex. The part of the brain that processes human speech literally grows new neural pathways. But cats raised in quiet homes? Their brains show the same deterioration patterns as cats going deaf. The tissue shrinks from lack of stimulation. Studies show cats can distinguish 30 to 40 specific words, but they understand hundreds of tone patterns. They're not just hearing sounds, they're reading your emotional state through vocal rhythm. But here's the catch. Skip the baby talk. High-pitched cooing mimics the sound of distressed kittens, which spikes their anxiety. They need your normal speaking voice, the same tone you'd use with a friend. Tell them about your stressful day. Explain why you picked that brand of cat food. Narrate the weather while you both stare out the window. Cats know the difference between talking about them and talking to them. They track. Whether your words are meant for connection or just background noise. In multi-cat homes with little human conversation, many cats develop selective mutism. They simply stop meowing. They learn that vocalization doesn't create connection, so they shut down. Your voice isn't just noise to them. It's the bridge that keeps their social brain alive. Number 3. The 60-second morning window that predicts their entire day. Every morning, your cat performs what's called a social check, a survival instinct to confirm the group made it through the night. University of Georgia researchers discovered something precise. How you respond in the first 10 seconds determines your cat's emotional state until bedtime. Cats who receive morning acknowledgement, even something as simple as a few words, a gentle touch, or a slow blink, show dramatically different behavior for the rest of the day. They eat 30% more throughout the day. They play twice as much, they fall into deep sleep faster, and stay there longer. Cats who are ignored during this critical moment, they increase hiding behavior, lose appetite, and show something heartbreaking. After about 12 days of being dismissed during these morning check-ins, they stop trying. The neural pathway that supports bonding behavior begins to get pruned away, a process called synaptic elimination. Your cat's brain literally stops expecting connection from you. The acknowledgement doesn't need to be elaborate. You don't have to get out of bed. A quiet, good morning. a hand reaching out from under the covers, simply opening your eyes and looking at them. These micro gestures activate their attachment system for the entire day. Ignore this window, and you're teaching their brain that you're not part of their social group. They'll start treating you like furniture. Number 4. The warning sign. 9% of owners ignore until it's too late. Every cat has a petting limit, and most people blow right past it, causing emotional damage they never see coming. The Cornell Feline Health Center identified what they call the petting threshold, the exact point where pleasure flips into sensory overload. The signs are subtle: a tail that starts twitching, skin that ripples along the back, ears that rotate backward, a slight shift in body weight, pupils that suddenly dilate. This isn't a mood swing. It's your cat's nervous system sending an SOS. Their touch receptors are maxed out and firing distress signals to the brain. When you respect these signs and stop immediately, something profound happens in their brain. They release gamma-aminobutyric acid, a neurotransmitter that strengthens trust pathways. They learn you're safe precisely because you know when to stop. This creates what's called predictive comfort. Their nervous system preps to feel safe whenever you approach. But when you ignore the signals, you activate their fight-or-flight response, the same system that fires when they encounter predators. Some cats endure this for years, building up a stress debt that eventually surfaces as aggression, withdrawal, or stress-related illness. Cats keep a detailed memory of every boundary you respect or violate. These memories don't disappear. They form the safety map they have of you. Some cats spend their entire lives mapping humans as dangerous, never truly relaxing because no one ever learned to read their stop signs. Number 5. The way you leave destroys them every single time. University of Lincoln researchers found that about 20 minutes before you leave, your cat enters pre-departure anxiety mode. They recognize the pattern. You grab your keys, you put on your shoes, you pick up your bag. Their heart rate jumps 30%. Stress hormones flood their system. Pupils dilate to maximum. Most people either ignore their cat completely during this window or make long emotional goodbyes. Both approaches cause lasting psychological damage. Your cat needs a departure ritual, a calm, predictable pattern that signals you will return. Experts recommend something specific, a phrase said in the same tone every time, a treat left in the same spot, a toy that only appears when you leave. Through repetition, this creates anticipatory safety in the hippocampus, the part of the brain that processes memory and emotion. Cats with established departure rituals show 50% less destructive behavior when alone. They maintain normal eating patterns. They don't develop stress-related urinary infections. Brain scans show their amygdala, the fear center, stays calm during your absence. Without this ritual, your cat spends hours in high alert, sitting by the door, muscles locked, unable to relax, waiting for a return they can't predict. Chronic stress like this weakens their immune system, shortens life expectancy, and fundamentally changes their personality. A 10-second ritual could save them from years of silent suffering. Number 6. The one thing sick cats need that almost no one gives them. When your cat is sick, they need something most people completely misunderstand. Sick cats don't just need medical care. They need what researchers call social proximity without interaction. This comes from their wild ancestors. An injured cat would stay where the group could see them, but without physical contact, to recover in safety. University of California, Davis researchers discovered that cats who receive this type of presence recover significantly faster. Immune markers improve 25% faster. White blood cell counts stabilize sooner. Appetite returns days earlier. But what does proper presence actually mean? It means being in the same room, doing something quiet, reading, working on your laptop, folding laundry. It's not hovering. It's not checking on them every 5 minutes. And it's definitely not forcing affection. The silent presence of the person they're bonded to triggers the release of immunoglobulin A, an antibody that fights infection. Your quiet company literally strengthens their immune system through a process called psychoneuroimmunology, the science of how emotions affect physical health. Leaving a sick cat alone doesn't help them rest. Isolation triggers abandonment stress, which suppresses immune function and extends illness by up to 40%. A cat doesn't get seriously ill many times in their life. These moments become core memories, stored in the limbic system, where emotional experiences live forever. How you show up when they're vulnerable determines whether they see you as safe or not. Number 7. Cats know when they're dying. Research at Colorado State University's veterinary hospital confirms that cats show clear behavioral changes weeks before the end. But they're waiting for something specific from you. Cats have a biological instinct to hide weakness. It protected them from predators in the wild, but indoors, this instinct becomes suffering. They want to rest, but they feel like they can't, because they're afraid it will hurt you emotionally. Veterinarians specializing in end-of-life care observe something consistent. Cats whose owners verbally acknowledge what's happening show reduced cortisol levels. Their purring increases. They seek more closeness. They eat better. And they seem, in a certain way, at peace. They need to hear that it's okay, that you know, that they don't have to pretend anymore, that they were good, that they are loved, and that when they're ready, they can let go. This doesn't mean giving up on treatment. It means creating an emotional space where death isn't denied, but met with gentleness. Your cat will only die once. The way you guide that final moment becomes their last memory, recorded until their final breath of consciousness. Most people avoid this conversation because it's painful, but your discomfort is temporary. Their need for closure is permanent. Did you know these 7 things? Drop a comment and tell me which one surprised you most. I read every single one. Now, if you want to go even deeper, there are 20 things your cat secretly loves that you've probably never noticed. I break down all of them in the next video. Click now and keep exploring the hidden world of cats with me.